Hello everyone, I am Mansi Sharma and you are watching me on Impact. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Refuah, who is the Chief Creative Officer and Deputy CEO of Leo Burnett Israel. He is one of the most awarded creative directors there, having had the privilege of working on international brands like Coca-Cola, Ace, Verizon, Huggies, and Vodafone. Today, he is with us for a very special cause that his agency has started in Israel. They are giving away all the big awards, all the small awards that the agency has won to the creative teams who had worked on those campaigns. Even the campaigns that won a decade ago are being re-celebrated, and the teams that worked on them are getting their awards back. Today, he is going to talk to us all about the intention behind this move and how other agencies who plan to give away awards can work towards this. Thank you so much, Neil, for being here today. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, first of all, what prompted you people to take this decision to give away the awards to the people, to the teams that have worked on those campaigns?
Sure, I'll tell you the whole story. It all started around a week ago when one of the creative directors in our agency found a bunch of Lions, Clio awards, local awards in a flea market, sold in a flea market for like $2 a piece of each one. And there was like a whole collection of all of WPP's agency that got closed 6 or 7 years ago. So creative directors actually had to bargain in a flea market on over their work. And it was a sad thing to see for us at the agency. And then we thought, 1 second, if we are in Leo Burnett and in the entire Publicis group, if we are all about like the work and the people, we want to win the awards. The awards are important. They show that we care about the work and the people. But are the physical trophies what matters to us? Do we care about that? And we know that people care about it. Here, they went to a flea market 10 years afterwards just to get their awards. They care about the people that worked on those campaigns, people that gave long nights on that, the people that like ideated it, that we're not talking to the client, did the strategy. Those are the people that they care about the awards. So why not share it with them? So we decided just to completely clear our entire award collection and give it to the people who made it, the teams, the strategists, the account, everyone who isn't management, that can order their own replicas if they want. So we started it a few days now, and people are very happy to receive them. And what's more important is that the work itself gets another life,
Yeah.
another round. Because people that got their award from 2016, they told their friends why they got the award. The work was celebrated again. The case study was shown again. So it really made everyone happy. And now we're redesigning our agency lobby, with photos of the awards that we won, but in their new homes, their
Yeah.
new natural habitat. So that's it. That is the project in like, in 1 minute.
Yeah. But did you have to convince the management or other people in the international teams to get this done?
Yes, it's an idea with attention built within it in that manner, and for that we have the leaders both of Publicis Group, Yossi Lubaton, and the CEO of Leo Burnett in Israel, Imi Iron, were both very supportive of it, even though you have to clear the things that you celebrated and went on stage on, and that you don't have to see the physical transformation of it every morning, but they went with it because they understand the power of it.
Yeah.
And now that we're seeing the amount of impact that it has on people, even 10 years afterwards, once receiving it, it's a really strong thing, and I hope more would follow. But yeah, it has the support that is needed, very needed for those kinds of decisions and perspective.
Obviously, as I said, you are setting a precedent in the industry, and hopefully many will follow the suit. But about giving it to their rightful, the rightful team. How did you decide which person in the team? Because sometimes a lot of people work on a campaign, 10, 12 people are brainstorming the idea. There's a whole lot of production going behind it. So how did you decide
Yes.
on who gets the award?
So I'll share the matrix, the basic matrix with you. First, luckily, usually when there's winner work or work that wins, and if they win in Cannes, they would win in the Eurobest in Europe or the Laurie Awards
Yeah,
in Africa, and then the local awards and the Effies and so on and so on. So usually there is we found some work that has like 30 or 40 awards just for a single piece. With those cases, it's easier.
yeah,
When we have less, it depends on the award itself, on the award show itself. If it's a shot that measure production, it will go to the producer. It's all given within the agency, not to suppliers or
yeah,
directors or outside. So inside the agency. And if it's on creative, then creative is usually the ones that gets prioritized in that matter. And if there's only one award, then the ideator of this idea, like he or she got the first priority for that.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
As you said that
but
you
we're
are,
sharing with all, both strategic planning, creative,
yeah,
and account and production. Those are the four,
major areas,
not
yeah,
the ECDs, not the CEOs, not the head of,
yeah.
group heads and so on.
So I was asking you that you mentioned that you have given away awards to people, who had won a decade award, maybe even longer back than that. Some of them might not be in your teams now. So how did you find those people? How did you reach out to those people? And what was the initial reaction that they gave you?
Yes, we reached out. Half of the people that we gave to the awards to are not with us anymore. Some are even competitors. And so it was kind of fun tracing them. Thankfully Israel is not a large market, so we can find the people who knows the people. But it's really
Yeah,
fun to trace them and see what are they doing now. And all of the react, no one was pissed at it. Everyone was extremely happy to receive them. We got all like they took their photos with their and told the stories on social of their campaign, and we were really surprised. We wanted it to happen, so maybe we're not surprised, but it really hits a nerve that especially when you're talking about the old ones,
yeah,
that you see something that just sits there on a shelf from 2007 or 2012, and now it gets celebrated again, and someone is really happy to receive it, and their kids are playing with it, and he tells the story of the win to the family. It's like really the impact and the reactions that we're getting are making us really keep going with it, not just as like a decision or something that we do with our current collection, but this is something that we'll do. The next awards that we'll win, we'll put them for a few months just to celebrate them, and then we don't need them. We celebrate the wins and we celebrate the work, but not the medal object.
yeah. For any other agency that wants to replicate it and wants to do it, what would your suggestion to them be? How can they go about the planning and then the whole process of giving away these awards?
Uh, First, I think that each agency should act within their, disposal and how this. There are many agencies that have boxed awards in their, in some garage, sitting
Yeah.
there, like not even on display. I think if they want to test the water in joining this kind of initiative, try there. Go to the ones that you don't even show or that isn't still talking about, and that are there's some in some basement, and try to give them a see the reaction, and then figure out how can you do a program that can actually support it, because we know that we cannot order replicas for everyone. We know the
Yeah.
pricing, we know how it goes with the
Mm-hmm.
with the award shows nowadays. Might change in other perspective, but uh, um, this is a really great way to share your success with everyone.
Yeah. How much would a replica cost in your currency?
Sorry.
In your currency, how much would getting a replica for your teammates would cost?
It's look in any currency. I think that the price of a lion right now is a replica lion is averaging $2,000. I think the titanium one is even higher than that.
Yeah.
But this is the price range. So for young people, copywriters, teams, art directors, creative directors, it's really, and especially not in like, I can understand that in large markets like in the US or UK, maybe it's affordable, but like in smaller markets in
Yeah.
most countries of the world, it's not something that a copywriter could afford.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really think that's all.
Yeah. Uh, and as I said, it looks like a noble initiative, and I think it will also further encourage the newer teams, the younger members of the team, to give better inputs and better to create better campaigns because they see that something they are winning will also be coming back to them.
Yes, I totally agree. I think those are the people that are, making the work, and they should be celebrated more than like, the day after the win with a toast and some good words. They want it, they should have it. That's kind of like the thought behind this thing. And if an agency cares so much about like the metal stuff, which I can understand because also a lot of time also executives are involved and the management is involved of creating those things. It's everyone is in the same boat. So if it's important for that, buy replicas for the agency.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you so much for your time today, Neil. Any parting thoughts that you might have?